Alright, so we're going to make a new loop over here, out of the way. We're going to pull in the kick drum. We're going to pull in the first part of the bass line, okay? So this first bar here. We're just going to repeat that. So at the moment, our bass drop section will sound like this. Not that interesting. I'm actually going to pull the basses up here. So we're going to add in some drums now. So I'm going to insert a MIDI track. And I've got a folder called Trance Samples. So it'll be available for download. Just find it. Trance Samples, there we go. And so there's a few things in here, not that many. There's no kick because we've got the kick from the Future Samples folder. We're going to start by adding in this snare sus. We're going to do this on an audio track, actually. Just be easier. So pull the volume down, and we want this to play on the second kick, which it pretty much is. Let's have a listen. That's quite nice, but we want it to be a little bit less powerful. So let's chuck in an EQ and take out some of the low end so that it doesn't compete for room with the kick. Remember, the kick's hitting. Kick has a lot of energy around here, and so does the snare. So we want to remove that. Cool. And we're just going to copy this out. I'm going to consolidate this so it's clean. Command J, and we just Command D to bring it out all the way. Cool. Now we're going to chuck in a tom, and this is just going to be at the end, probably at the end of every bar, I think. So over here. And we'll also make it nice and short. So pull the sustain down. Cool. And finally, and now we'll add in the two hi-hats. I'm going to use MIDI tracks for these two. So start with this hat here, hat 1. And again, we'll just do a simple offbeat pattern. We won't do the velocity trick like we did with the house track. And we also want the same pattern for hat 2. The hat 2 is all the way over here, so we need to adjust this. And we'll do a little trick here. We'll pull one out to the left and one out to the right, so it sounds like the hi-hat is wider. So we'll pull this one out about 15 to the right, this one out 15 to the left. That's pretty cool. And finally, we will add in this hat loop that I've got here. This may need side chain, so let's have a listen. It's out of time to start with, so we're going to need to warp this. So we'll click on warp, and we can see that it doesn't line up very well. So we need to adjust the tempo until it does. So let's push this up a little bit to 134, and that seems to work. But it does need sidechain, so let's do that. Let's make a sidechain trigger from the kick. So remember, Command D, and we'll pick this kick here and pull the sustain all the way down, and the decay till we get a click. Turn the volume up. We'll just mute this now and call it SC. I'm also going to color it white so we can keep an eye on it. And now we're going to apply a sidechain, a compressor to this hat loop. So let's enable sidechain, choose a trigger, and start pulling this down. So That sounds pretty good to me. We can also shorten this using the beats transient trick. So let's try this. Doesn't really work. I'm going to leave it as it was. And just turn the attack up a little bit. That's sounding all right. We are going to have to do a bit of work during the mixdown stage. But for now, it's good. In the next video, what we're going to do is add about 3 more layers to this bass line. Because at the moment, it's kind of lacking power. It's lacking mids and high end, so we need to add those. So we're going to do that in the next video. Before we do that, let's just clean everything up. So we'll call this snare. We'll call this tom, hat 1, or HH1, HH2, and hat loop, HH loop. Okay, so we're going to color these blue, as well as Eclipse. And I'll see you in the next video where we add our bass layers.